What it do, what it do. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit the bell icon as a notification bell that alerts you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel. Also, I need you to hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get this 4K. Continue to support the movement. Continue support the channel. Let's build a community. We on the road to 4K. Also, I need y'all to go check out my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. We're on the road to 800 subscribers over there. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. You like the content that I'm pushing out, make sure you hit the Cash App, $ all caps SRED 40. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. We in the building. We in the building. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. And it's bad boy for life. Yeah. Don't worry about I write rhymes. I write checks. Yeah. Shout out to Diddy. Diddy Bop. even though even though the feds even though the feds put a little monkey wrench in the parade of the celebrity day. I told y'all that that motherfucking judge, bro, the judge. If Diddy would have had this, Diddy would have had the faith in the judge hand. Diddy would be gone right now for fucking 20 years. I promise you, that fucking judge was on. It was on the government side. It was on the government side. The judge did this so he wouldn't make the government look bad. Cause Diddy would have walked out. It'd been a full pop. Let's go. Free Diddy. Diddy should have been out on bond. He should have been out on fucking the feds. Stop. It's over. You, you lost. You lost. Don't be trying to give Diddy 20. Stop that bullshit. Time we're gonna give him the max. The fuck out of here. Diddy will be home in 90 days. Facts. S.L.R breaking it to you right now. Spoiler alert. Diddy will be home in 90 days. He will be home before Halloween. Yes, time served. Time served. So hold your head, Diddy. 90 days, bro. You will be home in 90 days. Stop playing around. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the shout out to all the Diddy supporters. Yeah. Shout out to the Diddy haters. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did a lot earlier. Yeah, I went in. I went in on the Diddy haters. Oh yeah. I may play some of the Diddy haters. What they said and how they felt about Diddy beating the case. Yeah, your monster. Yeah, the monster that y'all try to he be home. Don't worry. Don't worry. Diddy will be home in 90 days. Trust me. When he goes for his sentencing, time served. Time served. Trust me, because you know why? The pressure of the president of the United States gonna make them fold. Fold like a motherfucking piece of paper. You overcharged them. Now look at you, suckers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, where the Diddy haters at? Where the Diddy haters at? I know y'all mad. I know y'all mad. Y'all ready to go catch a case. Y'all ready to go catch a case like Ron? I think I'm about to catch a case. I told y'all. S.L.R told y'all not guilty. I don't give a fuck about them two charges, little two bullshit ass petty charge. That man, he gonna beat that too. We will not let the federal government. We will not let the federal government win this battle. Let's go. Let's get into the content. We got some great content. I want to congratulate the best lawyer team in the United States of America, Diddy's team. They beat the federal government. They beat the federal government. It's only a 5% chance that you can beat the federal government. And Diddy's one of the 5%ers. One of the 5%ers. Diddy. Yeah. Yeah. Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yeah, yeah. So, shout out to Diddy. Shout out to this team, the A team. Yeah, let's get into the content. You know what I do? Intro first. We're gonna get into it. It's Diddy Day. It's Diddy Dad, S.L.R Media TV. Let's celebrate.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
You heard Diddy. He said he was sorry. Let's go. You heard him. Yeah. On the side for sure. But no one's here or there. Told y'all. He beat the government. Huh. What you gonna do now? Bad boy, bad boy.
We did it. Yeah. We did it. Sometimes you gotta get a good laugh out. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I'm just fucking happy. Yeah! Man, what the fuck? You can feel happy. Mm-hmm. You can feel happy. You can fucking laugh. Yeah. Yeah. We did it. Yeah. We did it. Sometimes you gotta get a good laugh out. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I'm just fucking happy. Yeah! Man, what the fuck? You can feel happy. Mm-hmm. You can feel happy. You can fucking laugh. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kids' position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing. You know, nothing but domestic violence. You know, but the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, Diddy, sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J and your children and get the fuck on.
Facts. I'm just like Boosie. Chill the fuck out, Diddy. You, Stevie J, get the fuck out of the United States. Go buy an island or something, bro. Because the next time, it's not gonna be nice. You got your freedom. God gave you another lease on life. Take it. Take it. Told you. Bad boy. It won't stop. Diddy found not guilty. We're not worrying about the Man Act. We're not worrying about the Man Act. We're not worrying about it because you know why? Diddy will be home in 90 days. Let me tell you again. You heard it here first from S.L.R. Media TV. Diddy will be home in 90 days. Yes, time served. He will not do no fucking 10 or 20 years. Trust me. When October hits his sentencing date, he will get time served. Diddy only gonna do 90 days. Watch. Like, damn, Diddy gonna do 90 days. The time he in there right now until his sentence, he gonna get time served. Facts. He's going home in October. You can bank on that. S.L.R. Media TV. We stand on that. 90 days. Diddy will be home. Y'all think Diddy gonna get 2, 10 years, 20 years? You actually think we're gonna give the fucking government the last laugh? You actually think we're gonna give the government the last laugh and give Diddy 10, 20 years? Watch Diddy do the fucking Diddy pop in October. 90 days. Take that. Take that. And we're gonna play Diddy and Nas. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. You can hate me now. Y'all mad as fuck. Y'all mad. Y'all big mad. And I'm rubbing it in y'all fucking faces because I told y'all what the deal was. I told y'all. Told y'all. Not guilty. I'm not worrying about that Man Act. Y'all worrying about the Man Act. The ones that hating on Diddy right now, Man at Diddy. Yeah, yeah. Y'all gonna be at court every motherfucking day to see Diddy gonna get that motherfucker 20 years in October and watch Diddy do to take that. And then watch me go on my motherfucking channel and tell y'all to take that too. Leave Diddy alone. Leave him alone. Y'all gonna put the RICO Act on one man. Get the fuck out of here. We never seen no shit, unheard no shit like that in the state of the United States for one man to get the motherfucking RICO Act, and then there's nobody else. Then y'all want to holler about co-conspirators. Where they at? Don't say their motherfucking name. Got them on the stand. Let them point at Diddy. It's Hakeem at. Y'all want to motherfucking play games. Y'all want to make this a Hollywood script. Y'all want to make this a Lifetime, a Netflix special. What the fuck y'all gonna do now? The tables has turned upside down. Then you try to play. I told y'all about that crooked ass motherfucking judge. I told you about that crooked ass playing Diddy. If Diddy and his lawyers would put Diddy's faith in that judge headstead of the juries, Diddy would have got the RICO. I guarantee you, Diddy would have got the RICO. Come to find out, this judge only been doing this shit for 2 years. Get the fuck out of here. This judge could have let him go home. Talking about uh uh well, he didn't get bail. He didn't get bail when he got locked up. So what makes you think we gonna give him bail now? All right, motherfucker. All right, okay. Okay, we got your name and everything. All right, we're gonna shoot a couple M&Ms to Donald Trump. Get your motherfucking ass, homie. To get you, homie. The fuck is up?
The judge has thanked the jurors, and they have left the courtroom. And in fact, the judge has now adjourned until 1 o'clock this afternoon. At that point, this courtroom erupted in cheers. We're hearing that Sean Combs, he got on his knees with his head in his hands in his chair, and he was praying. The family was clapping and cheering, big hugs all around, big, loud shouts of joy, attorneys hugging one another while the prosecutors simply walked past them. And the defense team now has gone into the gallery where the family was seated and hugging the family. The courtroom is now slowly starting to clear. But what we had heard from the judge before the verdict was read, he had admonished everyone to please stay calm, that he did not want any outbursts during the reading of the verdict. But that verdict has been read. The jurors are out of the courtroom. The court has been adjourned until 1 o'clock this afternoon. And that was the signal for this family to rejoice over what they believe is the best part of what this verdict is, that he's been found not guilty of the TARP charges against him. And as his attorney says, it means he will not be spending the rest of his life in prison. However, we should remember that the prosecution is saying that they're going to be going for the maximum penalty that he could face. And in the courtroom, they were telling the judge that that could be a maximum of 20 years. That would be substantial. But it probably should be remembered that they're going to say that he has never faced charges like this before. And so that might be something that would be considered in when the judge does sentence Combs.
You wish in your dreams Diddy would get 20 years. You can keep trying. It ain't even happening. They didn't want to say what it's. Y'all motherfuckers want to get Diddy charged with something. Y'all like, well, the federal won't do it, the state gonna do it. The federal won't do it, the state gonna do it. With domestic violence, man, stop the fucking bullshit.
Why did the government put in the RICO Act? Why did they just indict him on what he did to each and every person with drugs, kidnapping, child molestation, all of this stuff? He loses hands down. They're charging him with the RICO for this reason. The government is just as disgusting as he is. They are turning around. The RICO is meant to take his money and properties and everything. That's what the fuck they're looking at. That's why they put in RICO. RICO does not belong in this case. They developed the RICO for the mafia, Italian people, to go after the Italian people. And it's a corrupt organization. I know what the RICO law stands for. He don't have a corrupt organization. It's him. RICO has a statute like for the mafia. There's a boss, an underboss, a consigliere, captains, maid guys. This whole organization goes out and commits crimes, murder and all kinds of crimes. And it's an organization, and it's very easy for people to understand it. Now, it's a very complicated law. It went out after the Italians and the mafia to Hispanic people. I was in prison with Hispanic people, black people, who got hit with the RICO law, didn't even know what the fuck they were talking about. But it was an easier law for them to win cases, number one, and for them to confiscate the money. So to them, part of that thinking with the RICO is about money. Not just to find you guilty. They want to go after you, find you guilty, and then they want to pound their chest. They want his hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, whatever he has. They want that money. And if they lose this case, they lost it because of their own greed. RICO does not belong in this case as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but like I said, I've been involved in a lot of RICO on both sides of the RICO. So I do know about the RICO. And there's lawyers, talented lawyers, who literally have a hard time figuring this RICO shit out. But mostly it's about money. And it's about a corrupt organization to get everybody in at once. I don't see them getting everybody in. I see them attacking him for the disgusting crimes that he's committed. You don't need a RICO. You just need those crimes. Who would sit on a jury, listen to those crimes, what I just listened to, and what I've been listening to, is going to find him innocent of what? No women, no men. We have kids in too. We have husbands, we have wives, we have daughters, we have granddaughters. What guy is going to find him not guilty? But they made the case harder for their greed with the RICO. I don't think it fits. I'm not a lawyer. I wish that lawyers listen to me and react to me and talk to me and tell me what they think about the case. But I don't see it as a RICO case. And I think that if he has any shot of beating this, it's because they put the RICO in it. People won't understand the RICO. They won't buy it the way they're looking at it, the government. They don't give a shit about his money. They care about his crimes.
Yo, shout out to S.L.R. dropping that real content, putting that real shit out there, what we need to hear. I get to the facts of the case. I don't sit and post shit where every motherfucking body else posts to be cool for the clicks and the likes. Nah, I post the shit what the real people want to hear. They want that real media. They want that real shit. They want to get to it. Let's get to the facts. And that's what we do over here. That's what we do over here. You hear it. You hear it. I'm giving you people that's giving you facts about this case. That's Sammy the Bull. For y'all who want to know, he knows all about the RICO, all about that, because the RICO then was made for him and the mob. Let's get into some more facts. Let's get into some more real shit. That's what we do over here. Let's get into the real shit. Let's go.
Our
Let's
legal
continue.
team could coalesce and become one. And Sean Combs is that person, and we are all blessed to be part of it. And I am now done speaking to you, and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Garagos.
All right, I first want to thank my client, Sean Combs, for trusting us, myself and everybody here, this incredible dream team that he put together. Without him, we would not have been able to do this. He is incredible, and I want to thank him. I want to thank the jury for putting such great care into this case. They came early every single day, and I want to thank them, as I said in my opening, standing between all of us and the drastic consequences of the criminal convictions of sex trafficking, and RICO is a jury of our peers. And I thank them. I want to thank the judge, and I want to thank, despite the terrible conditions at the MDC, I want to thank the good people who worked there, who ensured that we had sufficient amount of time to prepare for trial. It is extremely difficult to prepare for a federal case in the conditions at the MDC, and they did everything they could to make that happen. I want to thank them. I also have been saying this since the beginning of this case. Sean Combs has not sexually assaulted anybody. I've been saying this for months. We've said it with each lawsuit that came out, and today that was proven true. The media got it wrong about Sean Combs every single day for nearly 2 years. I ask that for every time you guys see a civil lawsuit, criminal complaints or criminal indictments, you actually take a look and analyze these and see whether or not these are actually going to stand up in a court of law, because today they did not. He has not sexually assaulted anybody, certainly hasn't sex trafficked anybody, and the jury found that today. Thank you. I am now going to pass this over to Mr. Steele.
Good evening. Good evening. I want to thank the ladies and gentlemen to my right and my left. There is not a better group of honest and ethical, hardworking, and zealous lawyers, and I especially wish to thank Mark and Tenny for allowing me and everyone else to come together. On behalf of my family, myself, I wish to thank you all for being here and writing truthfully about a man wrongly charged with most of the crimes, and that we all must remember that allegations are nothing, And I'd like to thank Sean for letting me be here. Thank you all. God bless you.
What did your client want to say when he raised his hand? Thankfully, in our country, we have a right to a jury trial. And thankfully, Mr. Combs took that right. He actually battled for his freedom, for his innocence. He did it. And a lot of times, people are too afraid to do it. And he did it, and we're so happy that he did. We're proud of him. We are completely honored that he put his faith and his trust in us to fight for him. Today is a major win to show what the system can do. We appreciate and we're so thankful to the jury. Thank you to the court. Thank you, New York. It's been a pleasure being here and fighting in your district. Thank you so much. And listen, we appreciate the media. We do. There was a lot of reporting on the accusations. There was a lot of reporting on the indictment. Please report just as vigorously on the acquittal of these counts, please, because that's also the right thing to do. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Good afternoon, good afternoon. So first of all, I want to thank this wonderful team behind me. I am so happy that they allowed me to join it. I would like to say that I've done a lot of trials, but this is probably the most special one to me. And most important, I want everyone to know the job is not done yet. We're not finished, the job is not done yet. And so I want to, again, thank Mark, Tenny, and the rest of these wonderful lawyers behind us. They did a fantastic job. And like those before me have said, our system, the jury system, is important. We need good people to serve on juries. We need good people to come and say a person is not guilty. Take that courage to do that. It's
Shout out to Puff. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Love. Shout out to Mr. Combs. Shout out to Puff Daddy. More money, more problems. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Puff. When you got bread, you get the best team in the United States to go against the government. You seen it. You see what Puff had on his team. Locked and loaded and ready, but he was still scared in the motherfucker. He was scared in the motherfucker. But hey, you got to have the best team to go up against the government. It's a 95% conviction rate. Only 5% get to escape the hands of the government, the federal government. It's a big day. This is huge. This is huge for hip hop. This is huge for hip hop. This is huge. This is huge for hip hop. Y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it right now. Diddy, you should come back. You should come back with Bad Boy Record. Come back. They gotta bow down to you. You beat the motherfucking government. I don't give a fuck what none of them rappers say. I don't give a fuck what none of them say. Go drop your hip hop album. You go drop Kristen Combs' album. You do what the fuck you gotta do. They can't say shit. You the man. You the man. You the man, Diddy. You beat the fucking feds. You're the man. None of them motherfucking rappers could never put up what you did. You got straight pit bulls ready to attack mode. They weren't thinking about taking your money. They was worried about your freedom. Shout out to them lawyers. Shout out to them lawyers. What will you do for that? Yeah. Yeah. What would you do for that paper? See, that's what the freedom. Diddy had the best lawyer team. Yo, 50 Cent, shut the fuck up. You a clown. Nobody wants to hear from you, 50. Nobody. Nobody. You was acting like a fucking prosecutor on social media. You were wishing bad on Diddy. You wanted Diddy to get 20. You wanted Diddy to get like what? You're mad because he flipped your baby mama upside and down, twisted her up, had her doing gymnastic moves. Motherfuckers in it. Listen, you had NFL players and they doing touchdowns, basketball players doing slam dunks, soccer players kicking goalies, baseball players hitting home runs. You mad, 50? You mad? You got all that money. Let you say you got more money than Puff. Why you had your baby mama out here getting tricked out like that? 50? You the one that looks stupid. You the one that looks stupid. G, you not. You the one that looks stupid, homeboy. The crazy part is you had your son there. Put your baby mama, 50. See, all the rappers go after 50. Talk your shit to 50. 50 can't do shit. 50 ain't the Hulk. This hurts 50. Reputation and everything. 50 Cent can't come out and say another motherfucking thing else. Shut the fuck up, 50. Nobody wants to hear you. Listen, matter of fact, I'ma start it. The G you not moving again. G you not. Nobody wants to hear from you, homeboy. Diddy should go make a huh? Your baby mama begging Diddy, pay my rent so me and my son can have somewhere to stay. Your son, father, 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, BMF, Power, G you not. He got all this money. Why the fuck I gotta keep you up? Why I gotta give you 10,000 a month? Diddy, when you get matter of fact, no matter of fact, Diddy, fuck when you get out. Get that bitch Jane Doe up out of that motherfucking house. I wouldn't pay not another cent. I wouldn't pay not another motherfucking mortgage or nothing. Bitch, you get the fuck out. Got to go. And your son too. He can go too. Bye. Bye. Tell 50 to keep you up. Yeah, 50. Keep your baby mama up. I don't think the chicks really want to fuck with you like that, 50. They don't want to fuck with you for your money. They don't want to fuck with you. You a lame ass nigga. See, this case made you look bad. Not only made your baby mama look bad, it made you look bad because you had a part in this, 50. They should charge your motherfucking ass with sex trafficking. They should charge you with the motherfucking RICO. You a lame homeboy. You lame, 50. I can't fuck with you, homeboy. I can't bump your music. I can't do none of that no more. I can't fuck with you, homeboy. You a black man on top of that. And you from New York. Your hatred so bad for Diddy, that what makes you look stupid. You mad because Diddy had your baby mama doing backflips, touchdowns. She was eating all the motherfucking Tootsie Rolls. She was getting Louisville Sluggers. And she was loving it. Like McDonald's. Ba 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 ba. She was loving it. Then she went on the stand and even admitted that she loved it. You're a clown, 50. And then you want to wish bad. You want to wish bad on Diddy. Do you want to say his lawyer just because his lawyer called your punk ass out? Do you want to talk shit about the lawyer? See the lawyer. Do you want to talk about? See, that's why your lawyer gonna get you 20 years. Nah, motherfucker, you got to live in 20 more years of misery. Look how this look on you, 50. Look how this look on you, Curtis. Oh yeah, this made you look bad. The only way you could escape out of this and made you look good if Diddy would have got found guilty. You just knew, you just knew 50 Cent. You just knew Diddy was guilty. Nah, motherfucker. Now what? Now what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now the shit's on you, motherfucker. The shit's on you. You're fucking lame, homeboy. You got all that motherfucking money, bro. That shows you are. You are a no good SOB. That's what you are. You are no good son of a bitch. That's what you are. You the bottom of the barrel type of niggas that we don't like to fuck with. You got all that motherfucking money. You want to sit there and let your baby mama suffer like that, and you knew what was going on the whole time. You out here throwing subliminal shots at Diddy and her, talking about, I know what's going on. Don't make me expose you. Oh, but the whole time you was probably working with the federal government. You was out there working with the federal government. You was the one trying to be the Pied Piper and assassinate Diddy character through the public, through social media. You was helping the prosecutors 50 Cent. You a fed. You a rat 50. Let's be facts about that. You a rat. You was helping the feds every motherfucking time you was going on social media talking shit about your baby mama and talking shit about Diddy. Talking about Diddy gonna get time. You just knew it. You kept talking about it. You kept talking about it. You kept talking about it. You a lame ass motherfucking dude, bruh. Your character is over. Nobody listen. Nobody can fuck with you, homeboy. And I'm pretty sure none of these females gonna fuck with you. Only one gonna fuck with you is the lower ones who want to come up. They don't care. They wouldn't give a fuck how you treat women or how you did your baby. They don't give a fuck. You got bread, but the real ones, they ain't fucking with you. Especially how this case came out and how your baby mama was the prominent one. It was only her and Cassie. And when she started talking, and then everybody knew that was your baby mama, and you got all that you got millions of dollars, and your baby mama out here being a hoe, OnlyFans, freak offs. Get the fuck out of here, 50. What you paying her child support? 3,200 a month? 3,500 a month? You sure what paying no 10,000 a month? Cause Diddy was paying that every motherfucking month. And that's not even his child. So Diddy had a heart. Believe it or not, he had a heart. Because me, bitch, I'm not paying no 10,000 a month for you. That's not my son. The fuck I look like. Especially your motherfucking baby daddy sitting on $100 million. The fuck out of here. You better tell your baby daddy. You better get out here and get some motion. You better get out here and make some money. I try to listen. If you're a fine woman, you can make some money. You can get some money. That's the beauty of being a woman and being fine. You ain't got to motherfucker go out here and go clock in and work at the warehouse. Your looks go get the bills paid. Boy, I try to tell you, boy. Man, boy, ain't no motherfucking way, man. Ain't no way. I was a rapper. I was in the entertainment business. I'm not fucking with 50. I'm not fucking with you, homeboy. I don't even want to be next to you. I don't even want none of that, bro. You And what's crazy about it, it just don't end with Diddy. 50 always been hating on people who got motion, who got bread. 50 always been like that. He always been a hater on the motherfucking low. But this time right here, you went too far with Diddy. You went too far. You went too far. I guess, I guess, I guess the federal government was giving you the wrong information, and and you was running with that shit like you knew Diddy was was going down for life, you sucker. And then check this out though. Check this out. Then I'm gonna tell you how. Then I'm gonna tell you how 50 really tried to play with him. When 50 was hollering about that 20, 50 knew that Diddy was gonna get off. He knew Diddy was gonna beat the Rico case. He knew Diddy was gonna beat the Rico case because he knew the case was bullshit. He knew that. 50 knew the case was bullshit. He knew that. Trust and believe. He know Diddy was getting railroad. He knew it. But still in the same time though, that's his enemy. That's his enemy. But he also knew that's why he was doing that 20 years because he knew that Diddy was gonna get convicted of the Mann Act. He knew that. He knew that, and that's why 50 gonna continue to throw watch. He continue to throw out that 20 years before Puff beat that case. 50 was throwing out that 20 shit, and then that's what it is. That's the only thing left he got to hold on to. But don't worry. 90 days, 90 days. Diddy will be home. Time served. Trust me, this will be the only job Diddy will be doing for the next 90 days until his next court date. This is the only jail time Diddy going to be doing. And after that, oh man, Diddy tear the fall in the winter up. Tear the fall in the winter up. Get it all. I'll go on tour. Listen, Diddy. I'll go on tour. Go get that fucking bag. Go get your money back. You can go on tour and make you about a good 50, $60 million. Easy. Go get that. Go on tour. Go get that bag. Go get all your motherfucking money back. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't run for no. Don't let anybody run you out your character. Don't not be Diddy. Be love. Be that man. Be that man who you was before you got locked up. Go out there and get that paper. Fuck that. You lost a lot of money when you was locked up. So you gotta make all that motherfucking money back. You gotta make it all back. You gotta make it all back. Give me all my motherfucking cheese. I'm suing Cassie. I'm suing everybody who testified against me. I'm suing you. I'm suing you. That's the reason why 50 said baby mama got to go. Bitch, you got to get out because I'm about to sue you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm suing you for everything. And you keep playing me, I'm going to sue your son. I'm going to sue your son. Then I'm going to sue your baby daddy. Yeah. I'm suing every motherfucking body. Every time I look at my lawyer team, I'm suing everybody. I got goons. I'm thinking about adding 2 more lawyers on, just just to file motherfucking lawsuits and just hunt you down. Yeah, I'm not playing around. I gotta get all of me. I gotta get everything. The media, the media, the media, the media, who wanted me down, who wanted me out, who wanted me done. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be all up in your motherfucking. I'm gonna be all in your TVs. I'm gonna be every motherfucking where. Yeah, You gotta get all of me back. All of me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause see, You thought that tape of me beating Cassie ass was gonna do me in. But that's not a RICO charge. It's not a RICO. That's only a domestic violence. State, not federal. Let's get into some more content. Let me give y'all some more of the real content. Nothing but that real shit. Nothing but that good lawyer
You to
talk.
serve on
Let's
juries.
go.
This particular jury was a special jury. It was fantastic. It listened. It paid attention. It put the nonsense to the side. It put the distraction to the side, and came to a lawfully good, just conclusion. Juries are important. Juries are important. But more important than that, I think, is people wanting to be on juries. So for all of you all listening, for all you out there in the public, please accept the call, become a juror, and do the right thing. Thank you very much.
It is such a privilege to be a part of this legal team, this amazing legal team, and to represent Sean Combs. And this is a reminder to everyone, I hope, about the flaws in the criminal justice system, and for everyone to take a second look when the government charges people with crimes, and especially when the Southern District of New York does here. And so I hope everyone takes that seriously. And we take this as an enormous victory and win. This is a huge win. He was acquitted of sex trafficking, acquitted of RICO conspiracy, and he will be able to sleep well at night knowing that. Okay, thank you to everyone. I appreciate you.
What did you think about the bail decision?
Jason. Guys, can any of you share what Mr. Combs wanted to say?
Well, I want to start just by thanking my family and the families of each of the lawyers here for giving us the space and the time to serve Sean and to fight for Sean. I want to thank the court for giving us a fair fight. And you see what happens when you have a good defense team come together in front of a court that gives the defense team a fair fight. And finally, I just want to thank Sean for giving me the honor and the privilege of serving him. Thank you.
I feel like there's not a lot more that I can say because of these wonderful people have really said all there is to say, but I do want to thank Sean for the privilege of this opportunity to help him clear his name. After all, with the Southern District coming after him, guns blazing, it really is a testament to the fact that when you get a fair trial and a jury of your peers listens to the evidence, they will do the right thing. And I just want to say again how proud I am to be part of this team and to have helped Sean get a just verdict.
Are you going to repeal the Manning conviction? Guys, can anyone share what Mr. Combs wanted to say in court when he raised his hand during the bail hearing? Does anyone know?
No.
Mr. Nicholas, can you talk about the bail decision and the judge using defense's own words during trial about violence?
I'm not going to talk about the bail decision because it's still a pending unresolved matter. And I don't think we're going to take any more questions. I want to thank you all. You guys have been so diligent and dedicated. I pass you guys in the rain. I walk by you in the sun, and you're all out here every day. I just want to thank you. But I don't think we're going to take any questions.
Can you take us through the ups and downs of the day, though? Because Mr. Combs got acquittals on the major charges. Maybe thought he could go home tonight, and then was told he couldn't.
So a lot of these things are still in process. I mean, the one thing I'm going to leave you with this. We are not nearly done fighting. We are just getting started. To win this and to defeat the prosecutors from the Southern District of New York takes effort from beginning to end. Today was a major step in the right direction, but we fight on and we're going to win, and we're not going to stop until he walks out of prison a free man to his family. Thank you all for coming.
You see it. Yeah, you see it. You see my background. You see my background. You see it. It's what it's about. It's what when you got that money, that blue bando, that blue dolphin, that Benji, that Munyon, that moolah. You see what money can buy. Diddy had like fucking 8 lawyers. How could he lose? It would have been a tragedy. It would have been a great American tragedy if Diddy would have fucking lost with all them lawyers. You heard it here, and I'm gonna tell you again. 90 days. If you'd been listening to the lawyers, what the lawyers were saying, they're ready. They're ready. 90 days. They're going. When Diddy goes to his sentencing in October, he will be doing the Diddy bop up out of motherfucking New York, straight to Miami. Straight to Miami. I'm telling you, 90 days. Diddy will be out. Not doing no 2 years. He's not doing 5. He's not doing 10. He's not doing 20. 90 days. You seen the lawyers. You see how many lawyers he got. 90 days. He's up out of there. We ain't going nowhere. We out, and it's bad boy for life. You remember what Diddy said? Don't worry about if I write rhymes. I write checks. Facts. That's facts. That's living proof right now. Money can buy you anything you want.
Government prosecutors have to be a little bit nervous going to sleep tonight after the jury sent back a note to the judge in the Diddy case saying that they have reached a verdict on counts 2 through 5, but not on count 1. I'm going to explain why I would be nervous if I were a government prosecutor. My name is Shannon Locke. I'm a board-certified criminal defense attorney. I practice state and federal law. If I were a government prosecutor, I would be nervous because here's the deal. Count 1 is frankly the simplest count for the government to prove. All they have to prove is that Diddy and a co-conspirator committed 2 acts, okay, of kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation for purposes of prostitution, and drug distribution. 2 acts in 10 years. If they can't come to a verdict on that, how have they found him guilty of 2 through 5? Okay, because 2 through 5, if they find him guilty of those, and I think these verdicts are all the same. I think 2 through 5, it's either all guilty or all not guilty. So if they found him guilty of 2 through 5, they could just take that and apply it to 1 and say, look, we found him guilty of that because we already found the 2 predicate acts in 2 through 5. So we should just find him, it's easy to find him guilty of 1. But if he's not guilty of 2 through 5, then they're searching for other stuff, okay, to find him guilty of, and I'd be a little bit nervous if I were a government prosecutor. It makes a lot more sense to me that they've acquitted him of 2 through 5 and can't decide count 1, rather than they found him guilty of 2 through 5 and can't decide count 1. Very interesting. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe Diddy gets acquitted. Maybe it's hung. Maybe he's found guilty. Nobody knows. It'll be fascinating to watch.
Let me do the closing, which is, I think, is a little moot at this particular point. But let me try to explain to a jury why Diddy must walk, maybe will walk, or maybe will have his case overturned on appeal. Okay? I'm going to do this again for the millionth time. It's not because he's a good guy, or it's not because he treats women like, or doesn't treat them like dirt. It's not because there might be a couple of them in the midst of his fold who became dependent on him or were demeaned. or maybe some were threatened, but this is not trafficking. This is not racketeering, and it's not a violation of the Mann Act. The overall strategy is simply this, and this is important to understand. It's debauchery. It's not criminal. It's not federal. That's really the bottom line. This case is about moral depravity, the disapproval, the disgust towards this guy and his lousy lifestyle. It's not about proof of federal crimes proved beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. The defense, I hope, convinced the jury that while Diddy may be guilty of excesses and vulgarity and sickness with that stupid attitude and the sick lifestyle, he may have beat the hell out of Cassie, he is not guilty of orchestrating a criminal enterprise or trafficking anyone. Trafficking! Not using, not taking advantage of, trafficking. Let's look at the RICO conspiracy. This was not an enterprise. And the predicate acts, oh my God. The best argument for me was there was no enterprise. There was no criminal enterprise. This wasn't the mafia. This wasn't a celebrity traffic group. This was an entourage. It was a posse. It wasn't a crime syndicate. What are they talking about? It was Hugh Hefner. It was this ridiculous, well, or not so. It was a bunch of people. It's been around. Do you think the Manson family was trafficking? Do you think they were an enterprise? Maybe. All of a sudden, they're trying. The only reason they're charging them with trafficking is because they got to get it into federal court, and there is no case for a non-trafficking form of addressing this particular activity. The alleged acts, the drugs, the sex, the money, the violence, were isolated incidents. This is what I would argue. Not part of a coordinated plan. That's the issue here. That's what's critical. Now, this is the most important. Continuity. Continuity is one of the elements of this. I hope they showed, or maybe for Diddy's, to show that the incidents were episodic, chaotic, not abusive, but not organized, not systematic, choreographed. They weren't a part of an organized system. There wasn't this pattern, this organized pattern, this continuity. You then have to look at maybe perhaps they undermine the notion of the others. You can say that nobody was employed in a criminal network. In essence, there were friends and there were girlfriends, there were staff, and there were trollops and fallen women, or whatever you call it. But it was all voluntarily. They were all voluntarily present in the orbit, in his orbit of fame and excess. And let me tell you something. I'll bet you they threatened people. I bet you they treated this woman like shit. I'll bet you if you go back to the days of the 80s with Eileen Ford and you look at what those supermodels went through, especially those women who came from foreign countries, who didn't know any better, who were made to do cocaine and coffee and couldn't eat, and oh my God, do you really want to go through all of this? I'll bet you if you looked at the gymnastics group, remember Bela Karolyi and those folks? I'm not saying they're into trafficking, but if you looked carefully at what they went through, you sure as hell would think they were if you believe that what Diddy went through was trafficking. This was a party house. This was Hugh Hefner. It's not a racketeering ring. And then when you look at the whole notion of sex trafficking, remember what we're talking about: force, fraud, or coercion. Force, fraud, or coercion, not inconvenience, not threat. They could have walked out any time they wanted. They never called the police. Nobody called the police. Nobody ever. I don't know about you, but if I'm a part of this thing, I'm going to get out. I'm going to say, hey, listen, you better get over there because they're holding all these women. Nobody. You got to attack the consent and intent part of it. The best argument is that these were adult relationships. They were messy, they were toxic, they were disgusting, they were horrible. Again, perfect maybe for state court, perfect for lawsuits, but they could have left any time. He might have been manipulative, but it's not trafficking. Again, what I'm saying is it's not that I like this guy. Then there's the agency and participation aspect of it. These are criminal. These are legal aspects. The alleged victims remain in relationships, and they took money, they accepted gifts, they traveled by choice. There was no commercial sex arrangement, no forced or brokered commercial sex contract. It was intimate. It wasn't transactional in a legal sense. And they can undermine the force, fraud, the coercion element of it. You got to ask yourself: did the alleged victim ever call the police? Were there threats or just power imbalances? I mean, threats. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to send you back to your family. Did the prosecution prove intent to exploit? You could argue there was seduction, but there wasn't sex trafficking. It's a different story. What about transportation for prostitution? The Mann Act violation of white slavery? Oh, look at the intent and the definition. The best argument is that no one was trafficked across state lines for prostitution. This was a private relationship, not a pimping operation. Attack the definition of prostitution. Was sex offered for money? Or was it a part of a consensual, romantic celebrity lifestyle? Do you know this is going on right now? I mean, do you know what Hollywood is? Do you know what would, if we extended this to other aspects? You can highlight voluntary travel. Did the victims, the putative victims, the alleged victims, did they choose to travel for parties, for events, for relationships? Were they told to perform for pay? What was it? You undermine the intent of this. The prosecution's had to prove, and the jury's got to believe, that Combs intended to have someone cross state lines for illegal sex work. Prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. Prove it. It's tough. I mean, especially in the celebrity context of it. The argument would be that she traveled for love and fame and whatever it is, not for sale. And if you weaponize the spectacle, the defense can argue that this entire prosecution is political. It's about feeding the media machine. It's about the government turning a sordid individual private relationship or gossip column into a federal indictment. Don't let the sex circus part undermine somebody's freedom. Go after the witnesses. Go after the money motive, the publicity, the lawsuits. You could highlight selective prosecution. Why now? Why after several suits? How do you think Cassie, whatever her name is, you think she hasn't been made whole by this? Come on. You would putting him in prison? Again, he's a dirtbag. The feds are turning Hollywood excess into organized crime. That's not justice, that's overkill. And the closing message had to have been this. I hope it was. I wasn't there. You may hate the parties, you may hate the drugs, you may hate the fame, you may hate him and hate everybody about him. But that's not your job. Your job is to decide whether the government proved this case beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, beyond the moral certainty. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, they failed. They failed. They failed. And if you're really one of these, MAGA types, or if you're one of these, constitutional types, you better think and you better agree once and for all, that if this Constitution, if this thing means anything, this stupid son of a bitch that everybody hates, and I hate him too, I know I can't stand him, but that this guy, Diddy, he's not guilty. He's not guilty of this. The same way he wouldn't be guilty of murder without proving a death, or arson without proving anything was burned. You got what I'm saying? Good. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. We need your likes. Likes put us on the map. I've been straight with you the whole time. I've been good to you. You can be good to me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure the subscriptions. 80% of the people who watch this don't even subscribe, and comment.
So thank you, Caitlin. So I think we have a good shot tomorrow. Tomorrow we argue in front of the district court judge whose case this is. Today we argued in front of a magistrate judge whose case this is not. We'll never have this magistrate as our judge again. But tomorrow we argue in front of Judge Carter, and it's Judge Carter's case till the end. So hope springs eternal, but I think we have strong arguments, and I think we have a good chance.
Well, and what prosecutors are arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago. They were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them. And so I guess the question is, how do you assure the court that that won't happen if prosecutors are saying this is someone who's attempted to bribe security staff and has already threatened and interfered with witnesses.
So I think the most important thing, even more important than the passport, is that Mr. Combs came to New York on September 5th. As soon as we realized that this indictment was going to be coming down in a matter of weeks, maybe months, but sometime soon, Mr. Combs got on a plane, left his home in Florida, flew to New York. I called the prosecutors myself. I said, Mr. Combs is in New York. Do you want to know where he is? If you want to know where he is, I'll tell you where he is. But he wants to surrender. He's here to surrender. They didn't want him to surrender because if he surrenders, they don't get to tell the judge that he's a flight risk and he's a danger. Because who, as a danger and a flight risk, would fly to New York and surrender? So they didn't want him to surrender.
So since September 5th, you had known, you expected it was likely he was going to formally face charges.
So I really knew he was formally going to face charges on March 25th, the day of the searches, when Homeland Security searched his Los Angeles home, his Miami home, and his airplane. I knew that day by looking at the search warrants. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. This is not my first or 100th rodeo, that this was going to come as a matter of time. What I realized in early September is that it was coming soon. And so it was time for Mr. Combs to come to New York, which he did. And let me just point out one very important thing. The prosecutors are seizing on something that happened 8 years ago. You know, this video that we've all seen, and it's a bad video for Mr. Combs, and he said so himself when he gave his apology. This is 8 years ago, and the prosecutors are talking about him bribing a hotel security worker. There was no criminal investigation. This was just a matter of personal embarrassment because he and the person in the video were in the midst of a 10-year relationship. That was difficult at times, that was toxic at times, but it was mutually so. And this whole notion that Mr. Combs is forcing drugs on someone is just nonsensical, and it's going to prove to not be true.
Well, on that video, he initially denied the allegations when his then girlfriend, who was in that video, filed a lawsuit last fall. And we have that video. I should note CNN was the first outlet to exclusively report on it. He denied that happened when she filed it in a complaint. And then when the video came out is when he apologized for it.
So I wasn't his lawyer back then, so I don't, and I don't think he denied. I mean, I think the lawyers were the ones mostly making the denials. I think they were denying sex crimes. I mean, because at the end of the day, the gravamen of that civil complaint wasn't a misdemeanor assault, which is what you see on that video. Not minimizing it, but it's a misdemeanor assault. What the gravamen of the complaint was sex crimes, and he denied that, and he still does.
Well, and you're saying that this is all just about that one relationship, but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today, and what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
Yeah, I think it's 49 witnesses and one victim. I think if you broke it down, and I say that because count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, has victim number 1, and there is no victim number 2 anywhere in the indictment.
So you're saying that there are not other women, because what they were essentially arguing here is that he coerced and forced women into sex acts by using physical force, financial pressure, emotional abuse, and narcotics for what they described as these freak-off sessions. They're saying that he self-described them as that.
Yeah, there's one victim in the indictment. The charging
but
document.
One victim does count, right?
No, of course, but I'm just not. It's not 50. I mean, what they did is a little too cute. It's 50 witnesses or victims. Well, it's one victim. That's all that's in the indictment.
Our reporter who was in the courtroom today said that he appeared to have a stunned expression on his face. Was he surprised that he was arrested last night?
No, he definitely was not. I mean, I told him myself in early September, you are going to be arrested soon, and you're going to be charged with racketeering, and you're going to be charged with sex trafficking. So come to New York. It wasn't a long conversation. He agreed. So we knew this was coming, and in fact, we offered that he would turn himself in.
So if there are these witnesses and victims, and as you're saying that you believe it's one victim and 49 witnesses who saw this behavior, that's pretty powerful, though, to have that many people who have, if they go to court and argue that they witnessed this behavior by your client.
Well,
what's your defense against that kind of behavior?
So my defense is very well established. I interviewed myself the different men who, were being brought sort of into Mr. Combs and this person's, intimate situation. I've flown around the country. I've interviewed a large number of them. there's not the slightest inkling, according to the interviews that I've done, of anything that's coercive, non-consensual. Nobody was too drunk. Nobody was too high. These were adults in a relation. This is a 10-year relationship. We can't forget that. This is a 10-year relationship. And it was adults and consensual, and everybody who was there wanted to be there. So I feel very confident in our position.
You said you interviewed the men, but what? What about the women?
I haven't interviewed the one. The woman's not available to me. She's presumably a grand jury witness, and we would not. We cannot try to interview a grand jury witness.
And you don't think that there are any other women who are going to say that they were coerced into this, given drugs, and essentially as prosecutors were saying that that's what kept them compliant?
So there are a lot
sessions.
of women in these civil cases. There's been a mountain of civil cases ever since the civil case that was filed in November. I don't see them as victims in the indictment. That's my point.
And so when you talk about that video of Cassie Ventura, that was his then girlfriend, in the video, I mean, just when you saw that, you said it's a bad video. It's pretty difficult to watch.
It is. No question. So let me tell you what
Will
happened.
that be used as evidence in court, do you think?
100%. 100%. So what I said in court today, and I'll say it again here, is the two of them were in a hotel. It was just the two of them in a hotel room. She found out that he was seeing someone else. She was going through his phone. She hit him in the head with his own phone. And then she walks into the hallway with two bags. One of the bags has all of his clothing that she is taking from him, which is why he runs out in a towel. So this isn't her fleeing from one of these freak-offs. Why would she take his clothing? That's not what it is. And when the evidence comes out, this is going to be completely different than the government's portrayed it.
But on this video, and I just want to show that again now, how do you defend against allegations that he hit, kicked, and dragged women when he's on video hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman?
Sure, he's not charged with hitting, kicking, and dragging a woman. He's charged with sex trafficking, and he didn't traffic anybody.
But he's charged with a conspiracy here where he was using physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial pressure, as prosecutors allege, to keep these women in his fold. Maybe just Cassie Ventura, but keeping these women in the fold.
Cassie Ventura lived by herself. She had her own house. She had a family. She had a career. And he was seeing another woman at the time. He wasn't around a lot. She could have done whatever she wanted to do. All of these allegations of, I was forced, I was coerced, I had to stay, are nonsense. And it's going to be proven to be so.
That video, in the indictment, it alleges that your client paid hotel staff $50,000 to make it disappear from the hotel surveillance system. Did he pay off the hotel staff?
Not that I know of. I know that's an allegation. I don't know that is true. What I was concerned about when I heard about this allegation is whether there was an allegation that there was some sort of law enforcement investigation pending, because then that would be a crime. But there was none. And so this is not a crime. You
said you're portraying this as adults who were at these events that wanted to be, I shouldn't even call them events. That's not certainly how anyone else would label it. But that they wanted to be there. But they also allege that they were recorded and essentially used as blackmail. Is that not true?
That's not true. That's not true.
How can you prove that when they have electronic evidence that, as they argue, over 90 cell phones, laptops, iCloud storage accounts, 30 electronic and storage devices, hard drives, thumb drives? Yeah. You're not worried about that?
No, because if they had it, they would have put it in the indictment. And it's not in the indictment.
When it comes to your client's credibility, I think people will look at what he said last fall. And it's not just his attorneys. I mean, he pays those attorneys. They're speaking on his behalf. They're the ones calling her claims baseless and ridiculous. And when you read the indictment today, they line up with what she alleged in that lawsuit last fall.
If the claim is that he had unwanted sex with her, that claim is baseless. And it will be proven to be baseless when we have a trial.
But the claim is obviously the conspiracy, the racketeering. It's much larger than just that, obviously, as you know.
It is, but the government wants it to be. But count 2, which is the sex trafficking count, relates to one person and one person alone. All of this talk of dozens of victims and 50 witnesses, if they had that, if they really had it, it would be in the indictment. It's not in the indictment.
So then why was he reaching out to so many of these people after it was clear this investigation was picking up steam?
So well, first of all, I don't think it's clear that he was reaching out.
Well, they said in the memo that he reached out to one person, I believe, 48 times in 3 days.
So I think I know what you're talking about. There was a civil complainant who plays no role in the criminal case whatsoever, who brought a civil case against Mr. Combs, and she was in a band, and another one of the band members says, I was in the same band she was, and none of the things that she's complaining about in her complaint, I saw none of those things. And so she came forward and made a statement. She's not a witness. She's not a government witness.
But after 48 pieces of outreach, whether calls or text from your client.
I don't know that it's 48. And there's someone who had a business relationship, so it makes sense that Combs would speak to her. There's no allegation that this person was saying something false, or this person was somehow coerced into saying these things. And if you read the statement's actually quite soft and respectful. It's I respect that this person has this perspective. I was in the band at the same time. I never saw such things.
Is there any chance Sean Combs takes a plea deal?
I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. He's innocent. I believe he's innocent. I believe he's innocent of the charges. And he is going to go to trial, and I believe he's going to win.
Mark Agnifilo, thank you for...
Yeah, you see it. Only here you get that content like that. Only here you get to hear the lawyers. Yeah, because main media, they ain't gonna show you none of this. Yeah, we get into the heart of it. You heard Diddy, #1 lawyer. He's the #1 lawyer on the team. But you heard it here. And this was before the trial even started. Main media didn't show you none of this shit. But here at S.L.R Media TV, I got you. Oh yeah, I got you now. I got you for sure. Because you know why? We gets to it. We get that media. We get that media. What we do, we break it down, we package it up, and ship it out accordingly.
So this was the first step. We have a bail appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
Why is he being detained?
I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. I just want to make one point very clear. We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for 1 day before the case started, or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we are going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make him as much as we can until we get him out. So that's all I have.
You heard it. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. Got nothing but pit bull lawyers. They're not playing. They're going to get the guy out. They're going to get Diddy out. Don't worry, Diddy. 90 days, you'll be up out of here for sure. Ain't no doubt about it. You can thank S.L.R for it. Yeah, for sure. 90 days. You'll be coming home. Yeah. Let's get into some more content. What I want to do, what I want to run with. Let's see how they was just doomsday in Diddy.
The prosecution pulling out all the stops as they make their final push to put Diddy away for life. Shocking images revealed from inside the freak-offs. Hotel rooms in disarray with thousands of dollars worth of damage. Diddy's son Justin arrived in court to watch the government wind down their case against his music mogul dad. Diddy dancing poolside and chilling with a glass of wine on the beaches of Turks and Caicos. These home videos released by the government showing Sean Combs enjoying his life of luxury. They were shown as part of the prosecution's sex trafficking case. Pink cocaine and a shocking amount of high-powered rifles. These never-before-seen pictures were taken by police during the raids of the music star's homes. Police photographed a collection of lingerie, 200 bottles of baby oil, and 900 bottles of lubricant as we see for the first time what some of those freak-offs looked like. Hotel room furniture covered in sheets and towels. In response to the large collection of freak-off supplies, Diddy's defense attorney argued last week his star client likes to buy in bulk like any other American.
They've said on day one to the jury, we have flight records that prove that Sean Combs and his company were transporting these male escorts, were transporting women like Cassie and Jane across state lines for the purpose of sex that they did not want to engage in.
CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister, who broke the story of the now infamous hotel surveillance video attack, was inside court today.
If the jury believes that these women were coerced into sex and it is not something that they wanted to do, well then they have the flight records and the hotel records to back it up.
The prosecution's summary witness was on the stand today and read part of a heated text exchange between one of Diddy's alleged sex trafficking victims, Jane and Combs. Jane texted, "I'm not coming to New York. I feel disrespected. You just want me for a hotel binge. I don't want to be used and locked in a room to fulfill your fantasies.
It's my life and I'll kill you."
On Friday, this explosive audio was released by the court of an angry Cassie Ventura reacting to a man threatening to expose her in a freak-off video.
"No, I will kill you if you don't show me right now. I will kill you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now."
Even if the jury does think that she sounds aggressive and that she sounds like a violent person, they may remember her testimony. She said that she was scared to death that these sex tapes would be released and that they could ruin her.
Diddy's team will begin their defense soon with a goal of handing the case to the jury as early as next week. Can you tell me what approach you think they will take?
You know, the defense has to be really careful here because less is usually more. The defense's presentation is going to be very short. They have said that it will take one day, maybe two.
Any indication that Diddy himself will take the stand?
It seems unlikely. So during his testimony, he could control the narrative, but the second it's time for cross-examination, he loses all control. There's just too much risk in that, so I would highly doubt that he is going to be testifying.
He got me.
Diddy's former assistant in tears, in pain.
Like my life changed
a lot. And I've never really recovered from it.
On the record for the first time about the one time he says Diddy ordered him to prove his allegiance with sex.
It's okay. Take your time.
I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, King."
Phil Pines, who is Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021, revealing to journalist Mara Escampo details of the night he says Sean Combs coerced him into having sex with a woman at an out-of-control sex party.
I saw how angry and upset he could get from the most simplest thing. And I just thought to myself, if I don't do this, I don't know what's gonna happen. This has all been a very psychological, emotional roller coaster for me.
The graphic details were first revealed in this 32-page lawsuit Phil filed on Christmas Eve, but his tell-all in the fall of Diddy is the first time he had spoken publicly about his claims.
Say it, power to the people.
Power to the people. He's a predator. And I mean that in a sexually charged way. I mean that in a manipulation way.
Let's give it up for ourselves.
He has an innate ability to make you feel comfortable and to make you do things for him that you would never do.
And that included procuring items for Diddy's so-called freak-offs.
Freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, baby oil, and Astroglide were very important. Candles, incense. Obviously, there was, male libido supplements, stuff like that.
And in addition to photos of those alleged party favors, Phil revealed voice messages from Diddy himself for what he knew as Wild King nights.
Phil, I need some Cialis. Give me 20 Xanax, please. Hey, Phil, I need a plan B. I need 10 Adderall. And Phil, do we have any more chocolates? Because she's going to need a chocolate in a minute.
It was up to Phil and the team to scramble and put together what Diddy required for these Wild King nights.
Did Phil tell you it was also triggering now to see that?
Phil says that Diddy used so much baby oil during these events that he would often have to go provide him more bottles because he would run out in the middle of the events. And he did say that to this day,
The smell of baby oil is just something that, I don't ever want to have to smell again.
This is my soul sister right here.
Phil also provided this home video of Diddy with his chief of staff, Christina Coram, described in one lawsuit as the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein. Phil has texts from Christina describing what Diddy desired for those parties.
Did you ever see Diddy engaging in sexual activity?
I wouldn't see him engaging, but I would see him directing. He's usually the one filming, from my experience. You were instructed to scrub these things, delete any photos and videos that might be on these devices. That was my job, is to shield his private life from the public.
Today, Diddy's attorney tells Extra many of these allegations were left unchecked and presented a one-sided, misleading narrative, adding a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth. And Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court. Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
that he was asked to testify before the grand jury. And I think that's why a lot of people have felt comfortable coming forward now. There is safety in numbers.
I'm hoping my story and my truth can help others get to the light, because it's dark.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the party. It's Taco Tuesdays and it's Cinco de Mayo, and you are here with Deleon. This is the house of Deleon. Deleon is, to me, the smoothest tequila on the market. You should try it. I happen to own Deleon Tequila. Yes, a young child came up with a dream while I was living in Harlem that I wanted to go to Mexico and own my tequila. So to make a Deleon special for Cinco de Mayo, you must make sure you wash your hands. We need more paper towels. Hands cleanliness is next to godliness. I'm going to make this very simple for you. I drink Reposado, and sometimes I drink Blanco. And I like to keep my drinks simple, ladies and gentlemen, because you may not have a whole lot of things at your disposal at home, but as long as you have some Deleon and some ice, you're all right. See, I like it just a little bit. I like to use like a regular big ice cube, but we don't have those amenities and luxuries right now, so we're going with regular cubes. And look, this is all you have to do. Slice yourself a piece of lime. Tell you this how I drink it. Look, I put the lime in before, you know. It's that simple. Look at that. Look at that. You don't have a lot at the house, but you got a lime, you got a knife. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Then, Reposado. Look at that. You see? Oh, they don't need all this fancy stuff, all the shaking of it, and then there's this and blah, 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 blah. No, you don't need all of that. All you need is some tequila, baby. That's all you need is some tequila, baby. That's all you need is some tequila. That's it. Look, you could do that. Even you could do that. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Cheers. Cheers. From the Deleon family to yours. So good. Happy Cinco de Mayo! since Black Santa been in charge, everything's been going smooth. I just delivered everybody's gifts. When you wake up in the morning, you'll be absolutely happy. And we just got back to headquarters. We got some Deleon tequila. Everybody take a shot. I am so sorry to tell you that Santa is black. And I'm gonna still make sure you keep your job. But you have to know that Santa's black now, okay, baby? Santa, you want some Deleon tequila? Oh, okay. Oh. Little milk and cookies. This is the swimming pool. You like the swimming pool? Usually on Christmas Eve, we listen to Brian McKnight. To me, it's one of the best black, super black, real Negro Christmas albums ever made. So usually I deliver the gifts and I come in here, get a little massage, listen to some Anita Baker, you know, have Mrs. Claus come in here and dance on some heels. I don't live in the North Pole. I live in the Caribbean. We live in a world where everybody ain't getting it. And that don't mean that I should stop you from showing you how to get it. This is Frank. This is my #1 King Elk. We only drink Deleon tequila, the smoothest tequila in the world, owned by a black man. We still have some gifts that have to be delivered. Yeah, this is a boat. This is really a yacht. When I started coming out the same box, I was renting like the 120s. You know what I'm saying? Then I was leasing the 190s. Then I was buying the 250s. So we on the 325. We scoping it out. New headquarters. Yo, we got the Kermit the Green. This is the Kermit the Green suede in the elevator. The headquarters is 5 floors. You know, the Deleon's starting to kick in. When the Deleon kick in, Mrs. Claus! Mrs. Claus, Daddy is home! Oh, we have a theater on the yacht. And I would like to give congratulations to the Queen, Carisha, Young Miami. Oh, this is a dream come true for me. Turn this up. Let me see if these niggas flirting with each other. Is there any flirtations that's going on? You trying to talk my shorty wop? Nah, nigga. Nah. No. I see it, nigga.
Because I have been to one of your shows.
Yeah. Why would you have one of that nigga's shows? Why you smiling like that? Tonight is about family. Santa is a black ass man and a black ass woman that works hard. Don't they? Work hard to get those gifts, those sneakers, those shoes. So to all the parents out there, we wish you happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa. Just peace. May you have peace tomorrow. May you have peace tonight. May you feel proud of yourself that you bought your kids that gift and it hurt the pockets. May they be appreciative and they understand it. No matter what, if you don't have a gift, you know what you got. You got the greatest gift of all. You got God. This is everybody.
Hey, you bugging, I'm out. Hello?
Yo, what you doing, King?
What you mean? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Nah, I'm sleeping.
Oh, my bad. I'm throwing a little party. Thought you might want some cheesecake or something. I mean, everybody gonna be here.
Wait, you said cheesecake?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll go?
Hell yeah.
Ain't gonna lie, this mansion big as hell. Hey, yo, Diddy, where you at? Wait, where everybody at? Fucking, I'm finna get a piece of this cheesecake. Hey, yo, Diddy.
Meek, I'm in here. I'm in here, Meek. Meek, I'm in here, come in. Close that door behind you.
Yo, where everybody at?
This is everybody.
Hey, you bugging, I'm out.
You know, we ain't never really party together.
What you mean?
But how you like that cheesecake?
Yeah, I feel funny. Hey, you do some of this cheat.
You know, I like when you be scraping and scrambling and shit like that. Scrambling and scraping and shit. You know, I like when you be scraping and scrambling and shit. Me, wake your sexy ass up. Welcome to the Diddy Club, Bad Boys Edition.
Free Diddy, free Diddy. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Make sure you go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. You know what to do. All helps my channel grow, get more viewers, more subscribers, helps build my community, and pushes my channel out there to be noticed by the public. So make sure you like and subscribe, share, and watch the content. I got enough content that you can binge on for the whole week, for the whole month, the whole year. Support the channel and watch the content. 90 days, Diddy will be a free man. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Subscribe.